Welcome to the board. Are you kidding me? Very spicy. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, thank you. Okay, this is the book I was dreading. We've got an interesting collection of books here. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie, and it's time for my February TBR. I have a couple segments to this. First, we're gonna play my TBR game, which is a mix between a board game and tarot cards. And then I'm also gonna react to old TBR videos to choose 2 of my books that I'm gonna read in February. I feel like there's going to be a book in there I really don't want to read, so it's going to be interesting if I actually am sanctioned by the TBR gods to read it. That'll be fun. First, let's do my TBR game. I love this. This is my board. Also, LOL, my January TBR, I played this game wrong. So I'm gonna walk you and me through it this whole time. Basically, I have a token. It goes around the board. It's an endless loop. I move my token with these cards that have a number on it, and then there are 4 houses. Each of the houses represents a genre, which is probably next to me in a screenshot. If I land on a green space, then I have to pull another card, one of the major arcana from my tarot card deck. And each of these has a prompt, and it needs to coincide with that card's genre. This is all really easy when I'm actually playing, except when I forget the rules. If I land on a pink space, this is where I fucked up last time. I'm supposed to pick 2 of the major arcana cards and combine these 2 prompts together. I'm actually so sad I missed out on that opportunity. And then if I land on a plaid space, then I pick a royal card. And each of these have their own prompts too. There's like princess, kings, knights, pages. Plus they also have a genre, so I might have to combine genres. It's fun. It's gonna be great. There's also a sparkly spot. There are 2. That's a lie, there's 3. And if I land on these spots, I have to random number generate any book on my TBR spreadsheet. And that's in addition to the books like I had already planned to read. So I'm gonna play for 4 books. If I land on a sparkly spot, I'm gonna have to read 5 books. Does that make sense? If not, you'll get the hang of it. Why am I already tired? I'm gonna shuffle my little decks and set up. I'll see you in a second. Okay, welcome to the board. This is our token. I feel like we should name her. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I completely forget where we were on the board, but it doesn't really matter because it's an endless loop. So I'm gonna start this bitch right here. Maybe we should just name her bitch, respectfully. First things first, we pull a direction card. Here we have the major arcana and here we have the royal cards. So we're gonna pull a direction card. It is the 2 of wands. In this deck, flowers are wands. So we're gonna move 2 spaces, and if we land on a colored spot, the genre is going to be romance. 1, 2. We've landed on a pink spot, which means we pull 2 major arcana cards and combine the prompts. And the book that fulfills those prompts needs to be a romance. So let's see what the prompts are. We have Justice and Judgment. I feel like both of those are not nice cards, so let's see. Justice is to read a book you've started but never finished. I hate that one more than the DNF book. Okay, the Last Judgment. Finish a book that you previously DNF'd. Are you kidding me? I don't even need to combine them because anything that I've DNF'd, I've started. This is gonna be fun. All right, I've got my TBR spreadsheet. Let's pick some books. The first prompt was read a romance that I had previously DNF'd, aka also started and never finished. Okay, so first I do have a tab of DNF'd books. Let me select the genre of romance. I feel like most of these are romance, which I feel a little bad about. And I have all of these. Oh my God. I don't know if I should just try to choose one that I hated the least or let a number generator pick because, I mean, I obviously didn't like any of these. No, sometimes I DNF just because I don't have time. You know what? I think I'm gonna do this. Just a few days ago, I DNF'd Charming Your Dad. I could actually just put the cover up here. I don't know why I had to grab my Kindle. This is a urban fantasy romance, very spicy. And I thought it was really interesting that there are all sorts of different types of paranormal creatures in here, like vampires, witches, demons, that sort of thing. And the crux of the story is actually so funny and juicy. It's about this witch girl who is cheated on by her boyfriend, and so to get back at him because she's very vengeful, she decides to hook up with his dad, but it turns out he's a demon. And so it is juicy. I read 1 spicy scene, actually 2, and she calls him daddy, and it took me out of it. Like, no hate, it's funny when that happens, but they kept saying it, and I was like, oh, okay. Okay. I can't wrap my head around this right now. But I was liking that there is a mystery in here about this weird demon that's like possessing people and scrambling their minds. So the dude who has a point of view in here, he's sort of investigating this and trying to find out who the bad guy is. Also, our main girl has a coven of witches who's led by her mother who are trying to kill her. And she hates them, and so she's gotta like get her own revenge on them. I don't like that she's keeping this secret from him because obviously she knows it's her ex-boyfriend's dad, but he doesn't. And that's gonna be a whole thing. It just sounded so exhausting to finish this. So I am going to finish it, and I'm excited that this is my option because at least I was having fun. Okay, that's one book down. We have 3 more because I'm gonna play for 4. Woo! Next direction. We have the 3 of Swords. I'm so bad at doing this backwards, so I'm sorry. Swords is sci-fi or fantasy. 1, 2, 3. Ooh! I swear, every single time I play this, I get so excited. Okay, this is a plaid space, so we're gonna we're gonna pick a royal card, and this is the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh. Now, Pentacles is a genre, and it's going to be horror, thriller, or mystery. So we're gonna have to find like a horror fantasy, a mystery sci-fi, something that combines these two, and it's gonna be under the Knight prompt. Let's look at what that is, because I completely forgot. The prompt is to read an author I've never read before. Okay, the next book I need to choose is by an author that I've never read before, and the genre combo has to be primarily sci-fi or fantasy with a little bit of either mystery, thriller, or horror things. So this one, there are probably a few options. I've really been into sci-fi lately. I had like 2 5-star sci-fis in January. So let's see what we have. I have 2 here that could fit the bill. We have The Mountain and the Sea, which is sci-fi thriller, or Annihilation, which I just got from my friend Meredith. Thank you, Meredith. Which is sci-fi horror. Ooh, these are 2 very different sizes. So obviously, like, I'm kind of leaning towards this. I already know what this story is though, because I've seen the movie, but I don't have a problem with it. I don't know. Maybe I want to read this, but also like creepy octopi. That sounds pretty fun. I think I'm gonna go with Annihilation though, because it's short. I'm a little bitch. I'm sorry. Okay, nice. Next book. Okay, 2 books down, 2 to go. Let's go. Next, we are picking the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of Swords. Again, sci-fi fantasy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a blank space, so we're going to discard and draw again. We have the 9 of Cups, which is general or contemporary fiction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost got the sparkly spot, but it's blank. Discard. Try again. We have I'm pretty sure this is the 8 of Cups, but there's only 7 cups in the picture, which I just don't think is fair for people who struggle like me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got another pink spot. So we're gonna have to draw 2 more major arcanas and combine the prompts, and it will be a general fiction book. The prompts are the Hermit and the Chariot. Let's see what these prompts are. Also, I haven't played this enough to get all of the prompts yet, so if these 2 don't make like a good combination, we'll figure something out. Okay, the Chariot is to read a Kindle Unlimited book. Interesting, because I feel like most Kindle Unlimited I read is romance, so we're gonna have to find a general fiction one. The Hermit, what is this? Read a book that you've had since before BookTube. See, I don't know if this is gonna work out, because what are the chances are that books that I've had since before 2021 that are general fiction are also on Kindle Unlimited? This might, I don't know if this is gonna work out. All right, I did find a book that fits this prompt. Of all the books that I've had prior to starting my YouTube channel, 18 of them are general fiction, or at least primarily general fiction, and I searched every single one of them, and only one of them is on Kindle Unlimited, and it's a book that I have been putting off. Like, I've started reading it 100 times. I've had it for over a decade, but because it's depressing as fuck, I've been shielding my mental health. But I think it's time to finish The Bell Jar. I have loved Sylvia Plath since high school. I have like 3 of her poetry collections in here. I know this is gonna be depressing, okay? Because it's an account of her depression, I'm pretty sure. Sylvia Plath masterfully draws the reader into Esther, the main character's breakdown, with such intensity that Esther's insanity becomes completely real and even rational, as probable and accessible an experience as going to the movies. No, thank you. Like, I have enough of that. But it's gonna happen. I'm older now. I'm wiser. I can separate myself from the text. This will be interesting. That's 3 books down, 1 to go. Let's choose a card. We have the 8 of Wands. So that is romance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you see that? It is a plaid space. So we're going to choose a royal card. Whew. The Queen of Swords. Swords is fantasy, so we need to find a fantasy romance that fits the prompt of the queen, which is a book with a pretty cover. Ooh, that'll be fun. And next we're gonna have to find a fantasy romance with a pretty cover. I'm gonna consult my list, but I might just have to look at my shelves here. And luckily I have recently organized everything into genres, so maybe I should just do it that way. I think I wanna finish The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. Back in September, I read not even that much of this and I was just kind of getting bored, but I've heard a couple people's reviews and they said that I didn't even get to the part that's like the best part and the best character. So I want to give this another chance. It's not a romantasy from what I've heard. It's just got maybe some romance stuff in the back. I might have already read the romance part. I don't care. I hear it's written beautifully and there's like some weird sister relationship. I love that shit. So I think I will choose you. Now we are going to go to my old TBR videos. What I'm doing this year, if you don't know, I'm going through every single TBR video chronologically that I've made, and I'm going to choose 2 books that I own but haven't read yet and read it this month. Did that make sense? Okay, we left off in February 2022 TBR video. So I'm gonna record my screen. Let's pull it up. Okay, this was the book I had in January to read. Let's keep going. One Night on the Island. I think I DNF'd this. The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. I did read that. Okay, this is the book I was dreading. It's right here. I have not read it because I hear that there's a lot of sexual violence in here and I just don't know if I'm like in the mood. I'm going to read it. I did read the first chapter in this video and I actually really liked it. I liked the grittiness of it and the potential violence. I am a violent girly, but I think this is going to be, what is it called? Splatterpunk? Is that what it's called? That specific type of horror that's just really bloody and gory. I like that in little bits, but I think the whole book is going to be like that. I'm nervous. Let me tell you what this book is about. Basically, it's a post-apocalyptic place where men are sort of feral and they turn into these horrible creatures and so they're hunted and killed. But our main characters, and I think one of them is trans, they hunt for these feral men and harvest these particular type of organs from their business. You know what I mean? There's also a group of TERFs. There's probably going to be a lot to say about transphobia. I'm sure it's all a giant metaphor. I've heard some things about the main villain is supposed to be like J.K. Rowling. All I know is that people who read it say that it's extra violent and, again, sexual and sexually violent. I don't mind sexual. I don't mind violent. I don't want those 2 things together. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Okay, let's find our second and last book. Float. I did DNF this. All right, let's move on to the next TBR. Hook, Line, and Sinker, one of my least favorite books of all time. Girls Can Kiss Now. I do think I got the audiobook of this and I never finished it, but I soft DNF'd it. The Bone Orchard, I did read. Mr. Wrong Number, DNF'd it from the library. This Golden State, never purchased this one. The DeLorean, I did read. You know what? Manhunt can't be any worse than the DeLorean, so I should stop being scared. Our Wives Under the Sea, one of my favorite books of all time. The Love of My Life, I did not purchase. Cinder and Glass. You know what? I actually do think I have the ebook of this. Let me check. For some reason I thought I had it, but no, it's not on my Kindle. It's not on my audio library. So let's continue. 10 Trends to Seduce Your Best Friend. I actually did purchase the ebook of this and very quickly DNF'd it. Wow, this was a DNFE month. Disorientation. I am actually interested in this book, but I never bought it. So that'll have to be in a TBR for another day. Savvy Sheldon Feels Good as Hell. I did not purchase. Let's move on to the next TBR. April. Okay, April's TBR. Okay, Cultish. Oh, I'm so excited. I feel like this has been on like 4 TBRs. So this is a nonfiction book all about cults, logic behind it, probably examples of famous cults. I thought it was really fascinating, but I'm not gonna lie, this cover is why I bought this book. And I actually had the arc for Amanda Montell's newest book, but the cover looks amazing and it looks like it fits in with like tarot cards. So I'm excited and I wanna read this first. Oh, yay, okay. All right, that's it. We've got an interesting collection of books here. Some I've been putting off for years. First off though is Charming Your Dad. This is a fantasy romance. Annihilation, a literary sci-fi, I believe. The Bell Jar, a depressing as fuck historical fiction. It's interesting though, because when she wrote this, it wasn't historical. Definitely historical now. The Last Tale of the Flower Bride, a nice fantasy with a sprinkle of romance. We have a non-fiction that I'm actually so excited for, and a very graphic horror novel. Okay. So stick around with me on this channel to see if I actually read these. We'll see. Let me know what you plan to read in February. I also have a bunch of books that were featured in this video that I'm going to be reading for release day reaction videos, probably just part of weekly vlogs. I'm really still in a reading mood, so that's amazing, and I hope to just devour all the books I want. That being said, I'm going to DNF at the first chance, so we'll see. Bye!